Today I have with me this rail switch that gets connected to an application called Smart Life app. And apparently there are two different versions of it. One that's just a switch on off and one that also has metering. So the features are you have a remote control on the phone, and if you have the metering version, you have the real-time metering, how much you're consuming. You have countdown mode, timing mode, and a loop timer if you want to use it on a daily basis, on and off. Okay, so it operates on Wi-Fi, that's the protocol, and we have the positive and the negative pole pass, so that's probably a common ground, so that it takes energy to work. Operating current 16 ampere, which isn't bad. You can monitor a refrigerator, an air conditioning unit, maybe a hair dryer, probably a hair dryer, but we will not go up to 16 amps. Rated operating voltage 90 to 240, that's good, standard. And the model we're going to take a look at, it's the TO-Q-SY1-WT. Okay, and it's compatible with Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. Nifty. Okay, let's open this and take a look at the unit itself. So that's the unit by Tonggu. That's the neutral, so this is probably going to be connected together. You're going to have the positive and the negative, and then to the load side. That's where their power is coming in, and that's where your load is going to get connected. And we have the signal light for connectivity. And there we go, there's the schematic diagram of the configuration inside. That's the common negative, and the one with the switch on the side over here is what this will operate. And if the light is on, it's on, and if the light is off, or there's no light, means the unit is off. And it's DIN rail compatible, so it can hook up nicely to existing boards. Let's take a look at the user manual. You can download the application later on the QR code over here. Okay, so general stuff, things to keep in mind when we want to use the manual and to keep it. The main parameter data. Okay, the same stuff we saw on the sticker. Functions. Looks like they have a bunch of different products over here. We have this one, current rating 16 ampere, metering type and non-metering type. We have the non-metering type. This is the Wi-Fi type. We also have the Zigbee. There's also a Zigbee one, but we don't have that one. We're only using the Wi-Fi at this moment. Okay. Then we have non-metering type, LED indication description, tells us what the LED does and what that means. Okay. Configuration steps, very nice. We'll follow those later. This is what I want, the wiring diagram. Let's focus on that for a bit. We have the device connected over here. Alright, so probably our configuration will stick to these two. Power coming in from here into a circuit breaker that's loaded as much or just below the switch, because we want to protect it. So it's like a current limiting switch. Alright, perfect. Let me wire it up put this in a circuit, and then we will take a look at how it operates, how we pair it on the phone, and so on, connect a load to it. I'll be back. Okay, so this is the setup. We have the live coming in through the circuit breaker, which will go to the switch and then to the load. And in series, we also have a current meter to see how much we are drawing power. Then we will look at the mobile application and see how it behaves. So let's plug in the power. Okay. Turn this on. Okay. If we turn it on, we saw the draw in power, and the heating element will start warming up. We're drawing 2.4 amps. I'm thinking of getting the thermal. Oh, there it is. It's getting nice red and hot. Okay. Now we can turn it off. Very nice. And up comes the smoke. So it works. But now I want to see it through the mobile application. Okay, so I downloaded the application. It's pretty straightforward, straight from the manual. And I have it set up over here. It's called the Wi-Fi DIN rail switch. These are all my devices. I can access it using two options. I can either push this button, you can hear it click. That's off. Or we can actually access the button itself. Check whether the circuit is safety to power on. Okay, sure, it's safe to power on. But I wonder why it's not reading anymore. Let me double check this. Maybe something went loose. I'll be back. Okay, so we figured out what the issue was. I forgot that this heating element has a thermistor in it. So when it gets too hot, so it doesn't burn, that switch will open. When it cools down, that switch will slowly cool down and then let you heat it up again. So we'll give it a few minutes. And in the meantime, I'll get the thermal camera so that we can look at the thermal dissipation at the same time. Okay, so I gave the heating element some time to cool down, and we're going to turn it back on, see the current consumption, control it from the phone, and at the end of the video, I'll show you some of the thermal camera images to see the power dissipation and how much heat was being generated. I'm not expecting it to be a lot because we are well below 5 ampere. Maybe if we just to be safe, maybe if we just click this to make it on the high, we might be able to draw some more power. Turn this on. Okay. And let's take a look. We're going to do it from the mobile application. So this is my mobile app. Let's see how much it consumes and how everything behaves. 4.8 ampere. Oh yeah, it's getting hot. Now we can turn it back off. Not bad. It has very little latency between the instruction and receiving the instruction, so it's pretty good. Now I'm going to monitor it under a thermal camera, so I'm going to press it manually. So it's still hot. I'm going to wait for it to cool down again before we turn it on. And in the meantime, this is our unit. It's warm. This is the switch. It's cold. So this is, what's the temperature on that? 35 degrees. Okay. And over here, about 140 degrees. Yeah, it's pretty warm. Makes sense. And that is very hot. All right. Let's turn it back off. Turn the entire system off. So, overall impressions, I like it. Um, I like the fact that it's recommended to connect it after the breaker so that it doesn't go bad. And the latency between delivering the command and receiving it is little, which is excellent. And overall, I think it's a decent product. There are definitely competitors out there, different brands, different user interfaces, but for what it is, it's pretty good. So definitely thumbs up on it, and its installation is straightforward. But of course, you need to have a professional electrician install it for you if you don't know, because high voltage can be deadly.